Welcome back to another training video for Pilot Partner, the best idea in years for organizing all your flight time. Today, we're going to show you how to log an instructional or training flight, one that includes an electronic version of your instructor's signature that's going to appear in your logbook courtesy of the Pilot Partner CFI dashboard. Now, you'll want to have your laptop, tablet, or smartphone with you to add that information after your flight. We'll begin here at the Pilot Partner dashboard because adding a training flight is very similar to adding your first regular flight. If the training flight you're ready to log didn't occur today, this is where you can adjust the date before selecting the aircraft tail number. Pilot Partner automatically remembers which aircraft you flew last. Now, enter the total flight time before moving on to the airport identifiers for every place you landed along the way. If, like most training flights, you took off and landed at the same airport, in our case Austin-Bergstrom, you only need to enter that KAUS once. Next, under Flight Categories, turn on the button for Dual Received while turning off the one for Pilot in Command, because typically, training flights don't count as PIC time. Selecting Dual Received also means Pilot Partner will remind you to identify your instructor by clicking on the blue box and searching for their name. But since this is your first training flight, you'll need to add your CFI's name and email to our database. You can do that by clicking the plus sign and adding the information. Because your instructor's new, and also because we want them to be able to use the tools in the CFI dashboard, Pilot Partner automatically sends them an invitation to join at no cost. Once they do, they'll be able to adjust anything in your logbook remotely, like electronically signing your flights or even adding endorsements. To facilitate this process, we'd like to suggest that you choose Yes under CFI Access. This guarantees that your instructor will be able to access the CFI dashboard. If you change instructors later, you can easily disable your old instructor's access. But maybe you don't know your instructor's email, or maybe you're only going to fly with this instructor once. In that case, choose Add Without Email. But of course, remember, that means this instructor won't be able to work with the CFI dashboard. Next up, add in the landings and other flight activities. Further down the logbook page, you'll see that our instructor was added to the passenger instructor list and that they chose the e-signature option when they set up their dashboard. That means, for example, they could sign your logbook electronically right after this flight by using a smartphone or a laptop entry. They'll just click the e-signature button and a dialog box will open with a number of options. A mouse or an index finger work just fine to electronically add that signature in the green box. Now, click the blue Sign Flight button. Your instructor is also going to want to sign right now if they're not using the CFI dashboard. If your instructor does sign immediately, your job's pretty much over, except for any remarks you might like to add. Remember, in Pilot Partner, you have an unlimited amount of space, unlike a paper logbook. Maybe you can add something like, "My landings were so good, they made my instructor cry." Okay, a quick note on the CFI dashboard. That option allows your instructor to sign your logbook later, and their signature appears in your logbook, well, almost magically. At least that's what some people tell us. But don't worry, you don't need to keep checking back to see if it arrived because Pilot Partner's system emails you once your instructor adds anything to your logbook. Because you're probably new to logging training flights yourself, we thought it might be a good idea to mention what every flight instructor is required to write in your logbook after a training flight. First, the date they're actually signing the logbook, then their certificate number, and finally, its expiration date. Finally, there's unlimited space for your instructor's remarks. And remember, they might be a little different from yours. Don't be surprised if you see something like, "I wasn't crying. I was just so happy you finally did at least one landing correctly." Of course, you can still add in any of your own final remarks and click Save again. You'll now see all the information you just added appear on the flight detail page. I'm really sad to say that's about it for this training video. But remember, if you get stuck anywhere along the line, just email us at support@pilotpartner.net and we'll be right back in touch. And don't forget to tell your friends about Pilot Partner, the best idea in years for organizing all your flight time.